big kitty.
Now back with the Pet Project, the real-life Catwoman, Tammy Trujillo.
Ooh, we got the big cats going on here. Well, from big cats, we're going to retro pets. I love retro. We've got everybody in the studio going, yeah, right, retro. Retro is fun. Retro is neat. You know, if you go back to stuff from the 20s and 30s and 40s, you're going to find some of the coolest stuff out there. And what better thing than retro and pets? And a person who got that message and ran with it is Krista Brooks. Krista, you're on with us here on the Pet Project.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. We're talking about vintage things. That's your passion. That's my passion, right?
Oh, right on. Absolutely.
What got you into vintage stuff?
Well, I've always been into vintage, and I remember when I was back in college, when I was getting my BFA in graphic design. I mean, some days I would, be at the bookstore and just be salivating over a new graphic design book, and I would buy these ones, Art Deco from the 40s, and I would go without lunch to buy the book. I mean, I love it.
I understand. I very much understand. I have sacrificed much for the Art Deco things that we have in our house because, I mean, you can't beat them.
Yeah, I know. It's just so gorgeous. It was like fine art to me.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't know why they quit doing it because it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So you decided to take that love, and you also happen to love pets.
Right.
Tell us about your relationship with animals.
Well, actually, it's interesting because I had cats growing up, and when the way I started Retro Pets was that a friend of mine asked me to do a commission for his dog, a painting for his dog. And at the time, I think he just kind of felt sorry for me because I kept working waiting tables. I just moved to Santa Fe, kept getting fired.
Ouch.
And I said, I'm not supposed to wait tables. The universe, I know I'm supposed to be doing art. Help me. I want to, make this happen. And I was down to about $50. And he said, I think he just felt sorry for me. He said, would you like to do a painting of my dog, Fergus? And I absolutely adored Fergus, this little Jack Russell Terrier. So much personality. And I said, I would love to. And he said, just do whatever you want. And that's when I knew. I said, well, I love vintage graphics, so I'm going to do, I'm going to do it like a beer label. Mm-hmm. And I painted it really large, Flying Fergus Pale Ale, Good Dog, Good Beer. And his little Jack Russell was jumping through the center of the painting, of the label. And I antiqued it and made it look vintage, and that was the start of it.
That's amazing. And he fell in love.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was in October of '97. And I thought, I didn't have a pet at the time, but because I've been traveling around, and I thought, well, I really love animals. I love vintage graphics. There's got to be something here. And it took me about 6 months to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And Jason lent me back that painting. I started doing art markets. Jason lent me back that painting. Every weekend, he'd leave his door open on Saturday. I'd drive up to his house with my truck. I'd go get the painting off the wall. I'd throw it in the back of my truck and drive out to this art market that was here in Santa Fe, kind of with my little sign out, taking commissions. And that's how it started. But yeah, Jason loved the painting, and everybody else did. So I kind of figured there was something there.
So just by that, you just put that one painting up and say, I can do this with your dog, with your cat, with your whatever.
Yeah, and then I also did sort of some sample idea paintings, but that was the main one. But the reason I had that whole idea was when I first moved to Albuquerque, I had taken the train out. I was living on Martha's Vineyard. I took the train out from Boston with nothing, just like a backpack and my graphic design books and some paints. And because my apartment was empty, it was bare, I opened up my Art Deco book, and I found some beautiful paintings that I loved, and I painted them large, and that's what I hung on my wall. Well, when Jason asked about a painting for his pet, I thought, oh, I can do it like a vintage, Art Deco or graphic, a vintage label. Mm-hmm. So it all just kind of clicked together.
Wow. Isn't it weird how things start?
Oh, I know.
It really
is.
So
fun.
Yeah, you get an idea, and if you just, like you found Jason, Or Jason found you.
Jason found me. Jason felt sorry for me. Thank goodness.
Yeah, really. You just need one person to believe in you sometimes a little bit or feel sorry for you. And
give you a chance.
Yeah, give you a chance.
Give you
exactly. And that's how it launches. Now, by the year 2000, you've got these pictures in a bunch of stores.
That's right. That's
wow.
right. Well, from 98 to 2000, I did commissions. And it was so much fun developing the questionnaires that people would fill out. And I still do have a version of that questionnaire, and that's on my website. But coming up with the questionnaires that people would fill out that would give me an idea of what kind of label, like what's your pet's motto or philosophy on life, or, if your pet, like what high school personality best fits your pet, like jock or brainiac, or my favorite, most likely to end up in prison.
Ouch. Gee, I think that might be our dog Rathbone, really.
Right. So from 98 to 2000, I did commissions, and then in 2000, I got the idea to do, instead of just doing a one-of-a-kind commission, to do them that were more general, that other people could buy, and I could sell them as, I call them works of ARF, A-R-F.
Oh, no. That's great. That is great.
Yeah. Or my other thing is animal art with an attitude.
I love both of those.
Thank you.
One of the things, my husband, when he first looked at the website, he said, gosh, those look like those great old crate labels.
Yep.
They're in that style.
Yeah, absolutely. And I collect all these books. I have a big book on fruit crate labels. It's a gorgeous one. And I actually did a commission recently for a woman, and we did it kind of as a fruit crate label. I remember we wrote the apple of her eye or your eye or something like that. We had apples on it. But I just love labels. I mean, I almost salivate. When I see a gorgeous label, I don't care what it's going to taste like. I got to buy that.
You and I are so alike. I'm so happy to know there's somebody as crazy as I am about these things. Stay with us, Krista, because I want to talk about where you get some of these ideas, because the ones on the sites, they are absolutely a crack up in terms, I know you get them off the questionnaire, but there's more. And I want to find out exactly how these come to be. So stick with us, Krista. We are talking with Krista Brooks from Retro Pets. Go to Facebook. We have some of her work up on our Facebook page, Tammy Trujillo's Pet Project. If you love retro, and we know you love your pets because you're listening, you are going to love these pictures. Stick with us. Pet Project, the show your pet wants you to listen to.